You might want to sit down, relax in a chair like me, but checked my watch and I realized it's 2023. So we got to go around FastCap and take a look at all the great improvements we've done in the last year. Let's go! Richard, 2022 just finished this improvement and I'm making him show it off because it's so cool. What did you do, Richard?
I made this press to take off nubs for the Kaizen foam spinners. So you're gonna go ahead and grab a Kaizen foam
So this
spinner.
comes out of the injection molding machine. That's where the plastic flows in, right? So that's waste?
Yeah.
Okay, how does this work?
So you're just gonna go ahead and just set it in there, as pictured here. You're gonna slide it forward, just like that. Empties out to a tray, pull it up, nice and smooth and flat, minimal effort, easy to go.
What's your favorite improvement, 2022?
My favorite improvement is the light. So we have our 2P10 solo kits, and before everyone would keep leaving their pedals down, so I made an improvement where we took our Kanban Andon.
And why is it a problem if they leave the pedal down?
It will be a $36 fix, which we don't like spending extra money. So I came up with this idea to put the Kanban Andon, which is one of our products here that we like to use, and if you see at the end of the aisle right there, when the pedal is out, if I put it in, it's that way at the end of your build, you don't, when you walk away, your pedal's put away and it's all good to go.
And so the forklift sees that light before he pulls in the aisle instead of having to see a pedal way down here, right?
Exactly, yep.
Terrell, what's your favorite improvement?
My favorite improvement? Well, see, our bathrooms are the most spectacular bathrooms in the world. And what we had to do here for cleaning the sink area was we have this type of carrier right here, so whenever we come out, we'd have to move it around, move it wherever we wanted to clean. But now, went ahead and built a nice little sink cleaning cart here. So you can bring it out here, it's got all your essentials for cleaning. You can just set it out here, and then when you move around and do your cleaning, you can switch tools easy, switch cleaners, move it around, super easy to transport, and then use it wherever you gotta go.
Tasha, favorite improvement, 2022?
So my favorite improvement is the inserts for the Kaizen foam scrapers, because it just looks way more professional and it looks really nice. And it makes it a lot easier on us too, because we don't have to cut out the inserts anymore.
Drea, we're over in graphics here. What was your favorite improvement this year?
So you actually helped me with this one. It was a huge help. On this machine, when it usually gets to our last sheet, and I'll send one over in a second, but this material pops up and hits these, and usually they get popped out by this material getting lodged underneath. But you helped me create this little pin system in here so they can't go further past this point, which is always where we leave them. So now when Jamie and I hear a thwack against this, doesn't matter anymore. We don't have to go running over in a hurry to be like, oh no, our last sheets are gonna get ruined, because now they're safe, because you have
Drew, good morning, Mark. What's you guys' favorite improvement of 2022?
Favorite improvement is Mark's station is mobile. When this area is overdone and just too full, we can move into any department, and Mark is still in. He still can work wherever. So he has a mobile station that goes wherever it needs to go.
You like that, Mark? I wanted to add something about Mark's mobile station here.
Mark's awesome mobile station. All the product fits underneath and the table goes smooth against the wall so it's not in the way when he's not here.
Cameron, favorite improvement?
My favorite improvement was going gearless on all the dies. So you used to have a gear here, and if you adjusted the dies on the machine, you'd have a chance of hitting the anvil and then ruining it. So you'd have to get a new anvil or resurface it, spend a lot of time and money getting that fixed. So you don't have to worry about that, but you also don't get any grease on your hands, which would then go on the products.
John, what's your favorite improvement?
My favorite improvement is at the Euro doorstop station. Christina had switched this slider to a metal piece, so instead of a wooden piece, so it won't break anymore. And it makes everything a lot more efficient.
Christina, favorite improvement 2022?
My favorite improvement would be the pliers that I have included at the hole punch station. So when you are doing the FCDB micros, sometimes this is completely rusted. So in order to get that out, I have also a giant screw gun to help loosen this. That way you can pull this out without getting your fingers all scratched up.
Hey Ellie, what's your favorite improvement from this year?
Well, I didn't do this improvement, but credit to whoever did it. I really like this improvement because everything is nicely color labeled here, also up here, so you know which jig to use. which makes it a lot really quick and easy to grab and get started.
Tools. Favorite improvement in 2022?
Favorite improvement is my cart. This saves my back and my body from having to lift heavy things when I finish a product, whether it's in a 529 box, an orange bin, or an FC1. It all goes on my cart and I can roll it to shipping or carrier and deliver it without any pain. It's amazing, and it has its own perfect little parking spot in the back, completely versatile, unbelievably cool.
Kara, favorite improvement? You have 2 this year?
Yes, I do. So if you come over to this station, this is my Ecotech station, and this is our special glue, and we get special orders. So before, this was not improved, and it was so disgusting and messy, and this is our standard way of how we put our stuff into the boxes. So I basically just kind of labeled everything for my station because I was always losing my magnets and people were taking them. Same with my pens. And then I finally now have 2 awesome box scoring jigs that work amazing, and a label holder, our POP, and this one as well. So it's all standardized and it's a really good improvement.
Deshaun, 2 improvements you like this year. What's this one?
This one was the updated labels and insert print Kanban. It's a lot simpler and it has everything on this one sheet in the front, so it's a lot easier to know what you're doing and where to get your papers from.
Natasha, what's your favorite improvement 2022?
One of our coworkers made this and I really like it, and this is for when we have downtime so we can start prepping for future ships of like big orders. And these labels, you should just be all over the box and they fall out when we put them in here sideways. So she came up with this little plan where she used a clamshell and we just put them in here, and then we can just put it down and they won't slip out, fall, get lost, nothing. So a lot easier and simpler.
Liam, favorite improvement 2022?
Hi Lucas. Today I'm going to be showing off the magnets we've added to our flat carts. So now we can attach our orders to the front so we don't have to reach down. Previously, you would have had to place that under your box, crouch down, grab your order, wasting motion. As well as they could get lost and that would waste a bunch of time. So this makes things way simpler and way less motion.
Zach, favorite improvement?
Previously, when we'd have caps or adhesives stuck to the floor, we'd use this little scraper and you'd press, and if the blade's really breakable, it's not very great. So we got the Scraper 3000. You can stand up and you can apply more force, a lot better.
We don't like to bend over at FastCap.
Yeah.
Rainey, what was your favorite improvement?
My favorite improvement is this international descriptions document, so that we have every product alphabetical and the description that we'll put when we're shipping something internationally, so we don't have to always be talking to each other about what to put.
Christian, favorite improvement 2022?
My favorite improvement is a custom export of all of our sales tax orders to save Leanne 3 hours a month.
It saves me a whole day a month.
Johnny, Mr. Johnson, what's your favorite improvement of the year?
My favorite improvement of the year is this clever thing called the Johnny Stopper. We can get our pallets nice and tight up against the wall without destroying our electrical, because if we break the electrical, it's hard to replace.
And so now if I stacked another pallet in front of this one and accidentally knocked the back pallet, it wouldn't break the conduit, yeah?
It won't break the conduit, because it's got a Johnny Stopper.
What's up, FastCap? It's our boy Lyle. Lyle, what's your favorite improvement 2022?
My favorite improvement is at the return station. And I made this Kambishi buy board. We were watching a whole bunch of the tours, and so that Lucas and anybody in production knows what's going on. And so what a Kambishi buy board does is it tells different processes of how far I got. So I start the day with all my items for the returns process. They need to be done, and it has a QR code on each of what the process looks like, how to start up, so somebody can do it, go do returns. Now each time that I do a step, I flip it over, and so then if I've done my third hands, I go to SpeedBrace. This Lucas could look over and be like, oh, he's only like halfway through his process, and so he knows where I'm at. I'm communicating without even speaking words. It's just colors and signals.
Jalen, our amazing fearless water spider. What was your favorite improvement of the year?
One of my favorite improvements has to be the new coloring that we added to the 2p10 glue. So you can easily pick out all the glue you need for the 2p10 kits, and as well as just picking it for whenever I'm picking for grocery.
Mitchell, what's your favorite improvement from 2022?
My favorite improvement is a ULINE Jig that I made. So right over here is my ULINE Jig. It just simply uses one of the carts that we take from shipping. You'll grab a garbage can to make your life simpler. And then ULINE labels. Because we used to have to hold this by hand and it was awkward, I didn't like it. So now you simply will feed your labels into the jig. Take your lock pin, lock it in place, and now this will roll. And now we gotta go get one more part. Over here, because this is where we ship our ULINE. I'll grab my brown tape jig. And it sits in here, and I got Izzy skirts that tell you directions rotate right and left. So now this won't lift out the second you go try to get a piece of tape. So now what you will do with this jig is when we get our ULINE orders, we have to label 24 pallets of foam. So I will take these labels and I can just simply spin them out. And then I will walk up to my pallets and I can start stickering all the way down. I can walk away from my pallet and this will just keep on rolling. Whenever I come back with all my extra, I just tear it off, throw it right back here in this garbage, and allows me to keep rolling down the whole entire line of 24. Made it a lot simpler than having to hold this and go find garbage cans. Just a lot simpler.
Max, favorite improvement?
My favorite improvement is this website called LTL Select. We put in all of our information, you know, where it's going, pallets, weights, dimensions, and it gives me a quote with all of our freight companies that we use. And so this helps us to find the best price for our customer without having to go through 5-6 different websites.
Jalen, another one. What do you got?
All right, my second favorite improvement would have to be that we added back labels to the back of the racking and grocery. So that way, if I have 2 bins right here, then I wouldn't have to unload this one to load in the second one. I can just come to the back, look at this, see which one I need to load, and then just load it in from the back.
Nikki, our fearless shipping leader. What was your favorite improvement this year?
My favorite improvement of the last year was a really simple one that has saved us so much time and frustration ever since we've started it. We put big zip ties back behind these boxes because every morning we do a big box order. We have to shove them in here, and they kept sliding back. They would run into other boxes, get stuck in between the middle of the table. You'd have to fight them and fuss around with them. And now you don't have to worry about any of them sliding out into the back of the hole and having to climb underneath the table and hand them back up to somebody, and it's all organized and so much more efficient every morning.
Brian, buddy, what are we doing back here? What was your favorite improvement of 2022?
Favorite improvement is actually making these little Kaizen Squares with the laser cutter for our PowerMags. We're actually going to start one right now.
Colby, Mr. Colby, what was your favorite improvement 2022?
My favorite improvement was working up here in shipping. I hated not knowing where the orange box was. Everything's color coded, and there is another type of orange. But for this special orange, I just put an orange flower here so that I would know that that's for the boxes.
Rhonda, favorite improvement 2022?
Hey Lucas, we've changed the way we pick our speed braces for Amazon. See this huge pile? We used to pick all the speed braces, and then we'd fill up this big section with stacks of speed braces for different orders. The next day, we got our stack of papers with the labels on it to put on our speed braces, and the top order could be on the bottom underneath a whole bunch of other ones. It was such a nuisance, such a waste of motion. Now we do our annotations on our orders, and the next day, when we're ready to put the labels on, we're ready to put it on the trailer to ship them out, then we pick them and they go right on the truck.
Yuri, what was your favorite improvement?
My favorite improvement, my favorite principle, cut waste in half, Toyota. And what I did, we have before material, and you can see 2 different kind. This one is a black, and on this one black on white. We have 2 POPs, has to be 7 sheets total. You have to use. They have to cut. They have to take 3 sheets and 4 sheets. It was uneven and run out all very quickly. What I did, I create new one. New one like this that has 2 colors on 1 sheet. So now instead of setting up 2 times, wasting twice more material and wasting twice less material, and also it's for packing. They can go twice faster. Just count 7 sheets. That's all great.
Darby, what was your favorite improvement?
Alrighty, in the past, anytime we're submitting any of these EDIs, we would have to either type in or get the scanner way up here for the tracking number, but now I got this tracking pen. First or second try usually fills it in right away. Super quick, super easy, especially when I'm doing hundreds of EDIs. So.
Kristen! Hi Kristen, what was your favorite improvement?
Alright, so this is a cart where we hold material, where we're waiting for the rest of the material for the order. And we were having issues where we would be wondering why material was still sitting here and we didn't know what order it was for. So we added this magnetic strip with these tabs which say who the customer is and the PO, so we always know who it's for so we don't lose track.
Connor, favorite improvement?
Alright, so we use different colored paper for every day of the week, but we found during COVID, paper was getting back ordered, which would lead us to using different paper throughout the week, causing confusion. So we went over here, made a new spot to order more paper, and put Kanbans on top, so now we will never run out of paper.
So the very best improvement I got is Sooki. But at work, my desk is a mess because I'm having an audit. At work, I keep my checks in this drawer, and I used to only have 2 drawers. I would always accidentally print on checks, and it created a big nightmare. So we got a 3rd drawer, so it's impossible to print on a check. It's awesome.
Do you agree, Sooki? Does it save you time? Yeah. All right, Colby, another one. What is it?
Another one is holders for these batteries. Our screw gun holders hold them perfectly, so I've been putting them next to the stations to hold them.
Luke, favorite improvement, 2022.
My favorite improvement is over here at Carrier. So we got this little stinger right here. It tells us that we have aerosol cans that are our 2P10 solo kits, and it brings on this little light right up here, so I don't have to come back to our sheet. It says that we have to put our label on, so it warns us that we have aerosol cans on it.
Sandy, what's your favorite improvement of the year up in the office here?
Okay, so when we type orders that need clipboards like Expedited, we used to have to put our order on the clipboard, and then I do custom colors, so it would go in here, and we'd have it sticking out of here all over the place, and then out there they wouldn't know if they had a clipboard that had to ship that day. So our improvement is, I made these, well, Andre and Graphics made these for me, and we've clipped these on the top with our little clips, and then we put that in the folder, and when we pull it out we know we have to put it on a clipboard and it has to be an expedited order.
Jamie, other than bringing a life into this world, what was your favorite improvement of last year, which is 2022?
Yes, it's not 2023, like I made the mistake prior. Okay, so at FastCap we like to make things as simple as possible and mistake-proof. Poke-Yoke. So we had an issue. We have 3 different kinds of level rack products here. You can see we've already done the color coding here, but all the labels are very similar, which, I'll be honest, we make mistakes when they're that similar. So instead of having the labels like this and you have to read everything to make sure you know what you're building, we suggested to do color change. So when you go up to the product itself, you know, oh, this is the color that I need for this product. And the sample also has the same color, so everything matches, so there should be no mistakes.
And the build box.
Oh yes,
also has color. So, Lucas, what is your favorite improvement this year? Well, I gotta do 2 because it's been 2 years since we did this. But so besides my new shop pup here, Cedar, say hi, Cedar.
Hey, buddy.
Mine's in Best Fence here. So when we were restocking in the past, all of these injection molded parts came to us in really big boxes from injection molding. And so at the end of every day, we'd have to come and we'd have to stack all of these back into these POPs to be ready for the next day. And it took probably 10 minutes at the end of every day. So instead, we just changed the process. Now we have injection molding running our parts straight into these boxes. So when this one gets empty, instead of restocking it, I just take this one out. It tells me behind where to get another box. And if I go over to the rack, I got them nicely organized, nice boxes, and I just grab the next full one and I take it from there. Luke, another one.
Yep, and so we're over here back to carrier. So we have our strand wrap for our dial for our spin machine. Our cart used to have been really small and square, and it used to stick out very, very wide, and we couldn't open our gauge all the way. It kept hitting this, so every time we had to do, it kept pushing this off, and it was waste of motion a lot. So we made this nice cart. It fit everything on here, and we cut this part out so it fits everything, and we can open it all the way.
Matt, over here on the new Profiteer machine, what was your favorite improvement this year?
My favorite improvement this year was adding these ProHolds for putting these pins nice and close to where I need them. So when I reach over, I don't put them here and possibly get knocked off. They're nice right where I need them.
Lucas Shields, what was your favorite improvement this year?
My favorite improvement is we had a huge issue with the horizontal linking system where it would come down and kink and cause a lot of issues. So we used our brains instead of our wallet, and we took a piece of cardboard pipe, wrapped it around it, and tied it to the rafters. And that's pretty cheap and simple, and it does the job great.
Mitch, another improvement, what is it?
Well, since now I'm here at Best Friends, I got to see an evolution of this process. When I first tried it, there was a hand clamp, and I had to clamp one, and then you have to clamp the second one, and that just took an extra few steps in time. But now, I simply just pull this little lever, and it's been mounted up to air hoses. So this is a great improvement. Now I can simply drill my holes, be nice and smooth, and I'm done. Just simply unpress, and it's out, and I don't have to deal with hitting all the clamps myself. So whoever did this one back in the day, I love it because I saw what it was before. I like this.
Peter, injection molding guy back here. What was your favorite improvement of the year?
So my favorite improvement is our part separator that's attached to our robot here. So this mold gives us two different parts that we need in different boxes. So we flipped our mold sideways, and it's a little wedge. So when it pushes them out, they both go into separate boxes. I don't have to go through and separate anymore. You can see here, see the results of it. See, they're both in different boxes. I don't need to go through and separate them out. It can work for a variety of molds that we have, so it really saves me a lot of time. And it also grabs the sprue as well.
Richard, our other injection molder back here. What was your favorite improvement this year on your machine?
My favorite improvement is these disconnects here for these wires to the sensors that go into the hoppers. You can just quickly disconnect it, bring down the hopper, vacuum it out so there's no contaminants to the next color that's going to be in there, and then you can add it back on. We have them on 3 hoppers, and it's easy just to quick pop off.
Let's see how that works, Richard. Show us.
Put them up here, pop it off, take the whole hopper down once you remove the vacuum line, and then it's just that easy.
Hey, awesome. Lucas, what's your favorite improvement?
My favorite improvement this year was probably our new compressor here. So we got 2 new molding machines with auto loaders. It was taking too much air. So we got a new compressor here with a nice big tank. This guy runs our entire engineering department, and we split the building into 2 separate loops, so our old compressor is still running the rest of the building. Ollie, favorite improvement 2022, what is it?
So we are at the Amazon Elehan station, and before this was just a regular old table, but now we improved it by putting some Sharpie holsters right here, a magnet right here, and 2 screws right here for your tape gun. We also labeled it on the actual table with puka patch over it so it doesn't get scraped off. And on the other side, there's just a little tri-blade right here. So the flow goes from this side to that side. So use your tri-blade to open the box, and then you want to use a Sharpie to initial it and then tape it back up. And so this reduced a lot of motion and is there's no struggle at all, and nothing's in your way, so you don't have to struggle putting it from left to right. So yeah.
Katie, I know what your favorite improvement is. Give me a fist bump here. I'm gonna call it out. You ready? Katie's favorite improvement of 2022 is these sweet shoes. Look at those. That's the best improvement, huh, Katie?